Welcome to MGov Management Training. This module covers the Request for Proposal, also known as an RFP. Sometimes an RFP is referred to as a tender. This is when we are soliciting quotes and information from vendors who can fill a certain need or service for us. RFPs are used when we understand there are multiple solutions available for our current need, multiple vendors can meet that need, and we're seeking the best value for the services. RFPs become a bond between two companies, and it sets the foundation for the relationship between the two. We must base our RFP on current research of what is available in the current market and our current needs. A successful RFP identifies appropriate solutions to our current needs. It develops a project schedule. It determines the necessary project personnel. It develops project evaluation criteria, informs vendors how they will be evaluated, and makes the vendor want to respond. Vendors are not required to respond to an RFP. They are not obligated in any way to bid for the work. You must make your RFP high quality if you expect to receive high quality proposals. A bad RFP has incomplete research on the available solutions. It's poorly written, and the requirements are too limiting, therefore yield very poor results. For example, being too specific about project needs actually makes it impossible for vendors to provide an appropriate solution. The requirements are ambiguous, leaving it open to interpretation. This should not ever be done. You should allow the vendor to respond to specific requirements, but then again, not too specific that it limits your requests. It also, in a bad RFP, there's no means for project evaluation criteria. This means that the vendor has no way to know how they will be evaluated on their performance. No vendor wants to enter into an agreement where expectations are not clear and set. Additionally, there's no information on how the vendor proposals will be evaluated. Vendors deserve to understand how they will be graded and selected during the RFP proposal review process. Sections of an RFP generally may include a project overview and administrative information. This is the executive summary of what your project is, what it hopes to achieve, and how the solicitation of the vendor will contribute to that. It also includes technical requirements. You need enough detail for the vendor to be able to write a proposal. This would include, for instance, the amount of storage available on a particular piece of hardware. These are the sorts of technical requirements that will be required in the RFP. Your RFP will also include management requirements. How will the project be implemented and managed and maintained? Do you require a project manager? Do you require certain certifications of the staff that will work on the project? Supplier qualifications. How is the vendor skilled to meet your need? You have the right to ask for a list of certifications and CVs from all the staff that's proposed for the project. You are able to state that you need certain certifications in order to meet your needs. Supplier references are generally also requested. Previous clients provide their input about the quality of work that the vendor provided to them. This is an accurate account of the work that was previously done and how it might relate to the work the vendor is proposing they will do for you. Additionally, your RFP can include legal documentation and appendix. Legal documentations would include things like copies of licenses and certifications or any contracts that should accompany the proposal. Additionally, in the appendix, you might include diagrams, network drawings, etc. It is reasonable for you to request those items in the proposal. This ends the RFP module.